Hey everybody out there, this is Seto Kaiba from your Yu-Gi-Oh! Chat channel. And today guys, we're just going to have a general discussion about what I feel like could possibly be the best decks for next format. You know, maybe not the cream of the crop, the best choices, the best decks going into 2014. So this is all hypothesizing. This is what I expect to happen. This is what it may not happen though. This is due to the fact that it's December 6, 2013. If you're watching this video, December 6, 2013, and we do not know the ban list as of yet. So this is just hypothesizing and taking educated guesses, guys. That's all it is. I think first off, I'm going to say Boojins are going to be, if the format slows down enough and dragons are no longer a deck, because that's what it revolves around, guys. The format slows down and dragons get hit enough that they're no longer a functional, consistent, competitive deck. Consistency, that's the main thing I hope they get hit on. Consistency. But Boojins, I think, can be a great deck. I've played with them enough lately in locals after Shadow Specters. I've played with them enough online after Shadow Specters, and they're getting more support in Boojin Hair, and they're getting, I think, another couple cards. And I really feel that Boojins will be a good deck next format. Konami is pushing that archetype, and I think it's going to be a good deck overall. The thing about Boojins, I've come to find out, is they drain your resources, and then they start hammering you with Yamato. Problems with Boojins, I've seen them fall to some crazy cards before. I've seen Boojin Yamato fall to Creature Swap. I'm like, Creature Swap Yamato. No response, because it's not targeting, technically, I think. Something like that, but I've seen Creature Swap work against Boojins. There's, Light and Prison Mirror. There's a whole bunch of other cards. You can even, to some effect, I've actually seen people main Mind Drain to stop Crane. So they'll go, Mind Drain, so they couldn't activate effects from the hand. So I've seen that too. So depending upon what happens, guys, I think Boojins could be a good deck for next format. As for Noble Knights, I'm not seeing a lot. I like the deck. Don't get me wrong. I do love Noble Knights because they're the Knights of the Round Table. They're an awesome archetype. I really, really enjoy them. And I actually play them online. I don't play them in the real world because they're too expensive for me. But the problem I have with them is they're just missing something, I feel like. They're just missing something. I don't know what to say. Just in my heart, it feels like they're missing something. And hopefully they're going to get some more support, I think, in Shadow Legacy of the Valiant, and hopefully that'll be enough to complete the deck. But we'll have to see what happens. I'm on the fence about Noble Knights as of right now. I'm on the fence. I think Boojins are the more complete archetype, a little bit more better archetype right now, but we'll have to see going forward into next format. Also, Ghost Tricks. Some people have been asking me about Ghost Tricks. What do I think of Ghost Tricks next format? I actually personally play Ghost Tricks online and in the real world. I'm currently building the deck. By next year, I'll have a deck profile of my Ghost Trick deck. Pretty much what I can say about Ghost Tricks is they're unconventional. They can use unconventional cards to their advantage, like Nobleman or Crossout, Needle Sealing, stuff like this. And I think once Ghost Trick Mary and some of the other new Ghost Tricks come out, they're going to be a good deck. I think they're going to be a decent deck. Yes, they play slow because they play defensive, but they can play defensive like a boss. So they can play a defensive game like a boss and do very well. So that's what I think of Boojins. They could be a very good deck. Lately, I haven't seen Fire Kings doing better. I think going into the next format, Fire Kings actually may still be a good deck next format. Gadgets, just your general-of-the-mill good decks. Also, Madolches. If you're looking just for a general good deck going into 2014, invest in Madolches. They are already a good, solid Tier 2 deck. They've got a good deck with a lot of things going for them, plus the fact that in the set after Legacy of the Valiant set we get, I think it's in April or May, they're going to get some more support. Madolches are. So they're going to continue to get better. So that's in a deck that I've personally invested in, and I can personally say it's a good deck, and it's a deck you should invest in if you have the money, because it is kind of expensive. Now, everybody out there in the world is going to ask me about what do I think about Gravekeepers? I think you guys already know the answer by my smile. I think they're going to be a good deck next format. I've always thought they're a good deck overall. But with the new support, I think Gravekeeper Stun is going to be the better deck. Gravekeeper Stun, because you have, if you could keep Necro Valley on the field, and there's a lot of different ways you can do this. You can go Gravekeeper Malefic Stardust Dragon. That's one option to keep a Necro Valley on the field. There's a whole bunch of options you can do. Gravekeeper Stun is going to be the deck for next format. I think people are going to play more. Gravekeeper Visionary, it's still going to be a good deck with the new support cards. I am currently working on that, tweaking it around, and I'll let you guys know what happens with that once I update my Dev Pro. Again, because I've been busy with finals, I haven't been on Dev Pro a lot, but I haven't updated it either. So once I update that, I'll have what my tinplate is, my blueprint for Gravekeepers is once we, I update it. But I think Gravekeepers are going to be a good deck. A lot of people at my locals, I don't know if it's just hype, but they think that Gravekeepers is going to be a Tier 1 type deck. I don't know if it's going to be Tier 1. I think it's going to be a solid Tier 2 deck from this day forward. But only time will tell. People say that, what is it? Gravekeeper Shaman, I think it is. Is that the card? Gravekeeper Shaman. The one that's supposed to be the new Gravekeeper boss monster is better than Visionary. I'm kind of on the fence about that. I've played with it, and I have to admit that Visionary has done more work for me than Shaman has. Shaman, I can't remember the name. The guy with the big staff, but you guys know what I'm talking about. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, and I feel ashamed for that. So just know that. But those are what decks I think are going to be good next format, going into next format. I think some people have actually hypothesized that plants are coming back with the new support, with the Shinras. I don't know. I've personally played against Shinras online, and they're just with a friend, and they're not the same as what it was with plants way back in the day when you had Debris Dragon and you had, all that crazy shenanigans and Teledad and all that stuff. It's just not the same. And we'll have to wait to see what happens, but I don't think plants are going to make a super de-duper amazing super comeback to #1. I don't think they're going to do that, but I think they're going to be a fun archetype to play, though, Shinras. But those are just my hypothesis. That's just a rough draft of what I think is going to happen. If I missed a deck, I'm sorry. I apologize if I missed a deck you were looking forward to see me talk about. If you want to talk about it, just please leave it in the description down below. And if Google Plus lets me, I will respond to that message as soon as possible. And we'll just have a general discussion about it, guys. But till next time, guys, have fun dueling. Good luck dueling. Remember, this meta is almost over. And I'm going to just leave this video with a word of caution. Caution for all you, my fellow Yu-Gi dueling friends out there, all my fellow duelists out there. And this is the word of caution. People are expecting E-Dragons to get hit. I am expecting E-Dragons to get hit. I am expecting E-Dragons to be, hopefully, a non-competitive deck and a deck that is not as consistent and as functional as it is currently now. But, and this is but, history has shown us something. Wind-ups, Insectors. When we thought those decks were dead and gone after they got neutered, they came back to haunt us and bite us in the butt just for a bit. So, don't be surprised if we go into next format and dragons are hit and everybody in the world is saying they're gone, they're no longer a deck, that some guy decides to still play dragons and comes up with a combination that makes dragons still a decent good deck. Not on the level they are now, but a decent good deck. Just leaving a word of caution. History has shown us this before in the past with different type of archetypes. So, here's hoping that doesn't happen. I pray it doesn't happen, but I just got this gut feeling in my gut I can't get rid of that it's going to happen. But that's just my word of caution, guys. And till next time, guys, take care, guys. Seto Kaiba, I'm out of here, guys. Till next time. Adios, guys.